What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another JD the Gamer video here with DC Dark Legion, and in this video let's just kind of discuss the monthly newsletter, one important thing that I think we really need to focus on and start preparing for. Okay, so like I said, the May monthly newsletter came out. Let's go ahead and showcase that real quick. So the May monthly newsletter came out on Discord from Super Helen, and it is chocked full with stuff that they're working on, that they're fixing, that they're changing, that they're adding, all this good stuff. But one thing I really wanted to focus on and start preparing for, because there are things on here like adding new stuff we can't do nothing about. Like they're gonna add things, they're gonna take things away, they're gonna change things. Certain things we can't really, we just got to deal with it once it happens, or we can start adjusting once it comes out. But there are things that we can do right now with some of these items that were listed in here, that we can start preparing ourselves for now, so that when it does happen, boom, we're ready to rock and roll and make the adjustment on the fly as we go. And there's one thing here in particular, if you see right here, expanding the champion shard selection available in those self-select mythic shards. So what exactly does that mean? When you go to your game, let's go ahead and close this down real quick. When you go to your game and you go to inventory, that's not the right spot. Actually, it is the right spot. When you go to inventory, you have these are the random mythic shards, right? So they're talking about potentially adding more characters to this. Also, there's another one right here, the select mythic shard, which that is what it's also talking about. They're going to add more of these mythic characters to these shards. So if you have them right now, and you still have the ability to gain more, now would be the time to start hoarding them and holding on to them until they expand. Unless there are characters in here currently that you use all the time. So for example, I use Poison Ivy a lot because, let's be honest, she's probably the best healer in the game besides Green Lantern, and Green Lantern is stuck behind a paywall. You can't get him unless you're willing to spend a lot of money. Let me change that. You can get him, but you're not going to be able to star him up and get as high as you want to get with him unless you are willing to drop the bag. Okay? So Poison Ivy, in my opinion, becomes the best healer in the game. She is already in this. So if you utilize her quite frequently, like I do, I also use Cyborg like a madman, especially in the combat cycle. Some of these other ones you can use here and there. Dr. Fate's pretty solid. Aquaman's pretty solid. And other characters if you have certain team compositions. But if you don't utilize them a lot, you need to start saving now to get ready for when they drop more characters into these selections and customs and all this kind of stuff. Because once they drop, you want to have a lot that you have available to you to be able to utilize and expand your hero selection that you have. So let's just say that they're not going to put like Mythic Plus characters in here. I can't see them doing that, like Superman, Joker, all that good stuff. Those are bleed characters that you can only get from Anvils. But other characters that aren't in here that you can normally get. So let like, just for example, so he's in it, boom, boom, boom. Those are bleed characters. Let's keep going down. So is Harley Quinn in it? I don't think she is. Maybe she is. I can't remember her name. I don't think she's in there. So maybe adding her. She's a solid character to utilize. Pretty much there's some other characters in here that's not in that list. But you get what I'm saying, right? So Harley is not in here. So she would be a cool character to throw in here so that you can still level her up if you don't want to essentially purchase her. Because you can go into the store, go to the daily deals, and you can get her. You can level her up this way, but this is, again, it costs money. So a cool way for them to fix that would be to add them into these things. I feel like any mythic character that doesn't require 40, or you can't get 40 pieces from, so isn't a bleed main character. So when you go into recruitment is not one of these main characters. Deathstroke, Sinestro, if they're not on this and you can get them from the regular mother boxes, they should be in that selector. 100%. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts. All of them should be in here, in my opinion. And if you do that, now's the time to start saving. If they do that, that would be awesome. Let's see. What else is really dope here? We've talked about the difficulty of Darkest Timeline, so they need to adjust that. I do like the idea that they're thinking about changing the way bleed works and anvils and all that, making it a little bit easier to get because they see the feedback from essentially free-to-play people. It's hard to get these characters, right? Unless you're going to spend a little bit or you're saving forever, so that means you're skipping characters and you're not going to be able to utilize the bleed at all because you have to save for the next one. So, for example, more than likely, I'm probably skipping the next bleed in Zatanna because I'm going all in on Sinestro right now, and I want to go all in on Constantine. And so I'm probably going to be skipping Zatanna, which I shouldn't do because Zatanna's really strong for Constantine. But I got to make decisions. I'm not dropping hundreds of dollars in this game. I have spent a little bit here and there, a couple dollars, a couple shekels here and there. But for the most part, I don't want to spend that much money. So I'm going to have to make a decision and possibly skip Zatanna, depending on how many anvils I can acquire over that time. Supreme Commander rebalancing. You can read through all of this. Like I said, there was just a couple things I wanted to highlight. I think this one is really good. Increased Umbral Rift rewards that will entice people to do it more frequently. Extended champion level cap plus a method to reset post 300. I like that. Legacy piece lore for the ones that really care about the lore of the game. I really like that because that will give you story into where these legacy pieces come from, how they got powerful, how they're utilized, how they were made, all that good stuff. I like that. And there's some other things in here that's pretty cool as you keep going down. But yeah, if you're not a part of the Discord, make sure you join the Discord, DC Dark Legion. They have their own specific Discord for the game. It's really good. It's really cool. A lot of good information there. But yeah, start saving your Mythic Champion shards and your Mythic Champion shard, the custom ones and the random ones, just in case they drop some good characters in this thing. You'll be prepared with a lot of ability to be able to summon as many as you want. Alright, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little advice. Start hoarding, start saving, because some things are coming down the pipeline for this game. Again, make sure I will drop a link down in the description to DC Dark Legion's official Discord if you're not a part of it. As always, my Discord will be in there as well. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Did I miss anything that's really important from the May monthly newsletter? Like I said, there's a lot of good stuff in there. I just wanted to highlight a couple, but let me know down below if there was something really important I missed, or let me know what you're most excited for from that monthly newsletter. I think the shard thing is really cool, adding more characters to that. That's why I wanted to make a video on it. But let me know down below. Until next time, man, it's your boy JD. I'm out this thing, baby. Peace.